Derryfest is Pawfest. And right now we have some folks that are representing...
I'm representing Guiding Eyes for the Blind in Yorktown Heights, New York.
All right. And you
Same thing.
Okay, same thing. And your name?
My name is Mark Littlefield.
And I'm Lucille Dohr.
Okay. Talk about your organization.
Well, Guiding Eyes for the Blind is a school specifically designed to train individuals with dog guides. They're located in Yorktown Heights, New York, and they trained and raised my dog. This is Tammy here. Tammy is a graduated dog. We graduated in January of this year, and it's quite nice because Lucille here actually trained Tammy as a puppy.
This is Gladys, who is my 7th dog that I'm training.
What's it take to train these dogs?
Well, actually, we get them at 8 weeks old, puppies, and we teach them socialization and taking them out in public, like places like this, where it's great experience for them to see other dogs, and hopefully then they'll turn into wonderful guide dogs.
Talk a little bit about Tammy.
Well, Tammy is, as I said, a 2.5-year-old female black lab. She is extremely well behaved. If you'd like, I could show you some of the things that she does.
Great, yeah.
These are things that Lucille actually started with Tammy. Some of the things that she's trained to do for hand signals, for instance, is a sit. Good girl. Good girl. She'll also lay down with a hand signal. Good girl. Now, when she is sitting next to me, and she should be sitting, she actually should be sitting by my left side, right by my hip.
All right.
And one of the things that I taught her was with just a simple look, she can get into position. Tammy. Good girl, good girl. Another thing that Lucille worked on with Tammy and her other dogs, I would imagine, is being able to leave food alone. When we go into a restaurant, these dogs are not allowed to go near the food, get on tables, and anything like that. And I have with me some kibbles here. And Tammy, I want you to take it. Leave it. Leave it. And she will not take those kibbles until I tell her to break. Good girl. Good girl. I guess the most important thing that I can stress to people who are watching is guide dogs provide a great source of independence to people who are visually impaired. If I didn't have Tammy, I wouldn't be half the man I am today. She's made my life a great, great time, and I owe a lot of it to Lucille and all the other puppy raisers that do the raising in New York and in Massachusetts, all of the states. New Hampshire, we have a great group here. I just can't say enough about it. They're the best, and they make my life worth living because they've done Tammy.
You truly are your closest friend.
Oh, absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
I understand also you try to keep other people from petting the dogs and stuff like that.
The best rule of thumb is when you see a dog in harness, please do not interact with the dog in any way. It would be akin to you and I driving down the highway and I reach over and start playing with your eyes. Not a very safe thing to do. Well, when someone comes up and tries to interact with Tammy or any service dog, you're taking the attention off of me and her getting across the street safely. It's a very, very dangerous situation. So if you're interested in petting the dog, the best thing you can do is go up and ask the handler first. And usually, most handlers will say, sure. Just ask. That's the biggest thing.
I'm Carol Holmes, and I'm president of the Dog Guide Users of New Hampshire. We're a nonprofit charitable organization, and our mission is to promote the use of service dogs so that people with disabilities can become more independent. We also do a lot with education and public awareness about our dogs. I have my dog here, Lexa. She's from the Seeing Eye in Morristown, New Jersey, and she's my dog number 5. And I do want to add one thing. Even though our title is Dog Guide Users of New Hampshire, since we did originate back in October of 2001, we're now taking in service dogs. We have some service dogs here today, one person in a wheelchair with a dog. We have a puppy raiser with a service dog. And a service dog is a dog that will do things like pull a wheelchair, pick up things for people that can't pick them up, turn on light switches, turn light switches off, push elevator buttons. It's a whole different type of thing. It's not like our dog guides that are strictly to lead the blind and keep us safe. So we have expanded into all service dogs, not just dog guides. And again, we want to thank our puppy raisers, because I want to reiterate without our puppy raisers, we would not have the dogs we have today. And I just want to say that next to my husband and my family, my dog is the most precious thing I have.
What do you think of this event? All of you, any of you. What do you think of the event itself?
I think the event went well. Apparently, we were found on we have a website, and it's www.dogguideusersnh.org, and it's good because it's helping us to promote our mission. Our mission is to promote the use of service dogs for the disabled, and also to educate the public about them. And there's no better place than to do it at kind of a pet fest or Pawfest like this is today. And we're hoping that we're going to get some puppy raisers that are going to be willing to step up to the plate and raise a puppy to become, you know, a dog guide or a service dog.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And what are your thoughts of this Pawfest?
I think Pawfest is a great place to be, a great place to learn a lot about animals. I want to thank the sponsors for having us. It's been a great day. Dogs are learning a lot. This is, even though it may not seem like it, it's a great training experience for the dogs as well because they're exposed to a lot of different things. One last thing I'd like to say too is myself and several of the other puppy raisers are available to do presentations at schools, 4-H groups, civics groups. We're all certified. We all do extensive testing to make sure that it's safe for the animals. So if there's anybody out that's watching that would like to have us come to your school or 4-H group or whatever the case may be, we'd love to. There's no charge, and it just promotes guide dog awareness. And we'll leave the information with this gentleman here, and we hope to hear from somebody soon.
That'd be great. I must say that you really need to trust your dog. I can say that much. It is a scary thought, just not knowing exactly where you're going, losing that sense.
It's very scary, but it's to the people that do the puppy raiser. It's those people that make it possible. Because without them, she wouldn't know what she's doing, and I wouldn't be able to get around safely. And as you just experienced, you have to trust that dog.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're not going to get anyways.